we will be reviewing the process of setting up patient reminders within the RxNT scheduler. First off, with patient reminders, you must complete a patient reminder enrollment form. This will allow us to set up your account so that each time a threshold is reached, it will charge your credit card with the agreed upon amount. Once that's been done, RxNT will go in and set up this information on the back end. But for each practice, you'll need to go in and specifically set up what you want sent out for a patient and the range in which you want it sent. To do so, you'll come to RxNT, you'll come over to customer login just as you always do, and then once you've logged in, you will click on Scheduler. Coming into the scheduler, you'll come to the main appointment screen. Coming over to your far right, selecting Utilities. Once you do so, it will open up on the left-hand side. Your first step will be to go in and select Company Setup, and then select the prescriber or person resource. You will click on their name, and from here, you want to make sure that the box that says Enable Reminders has been selected. If this is not selected, that provider will not receive or have reminders sent out on their behalf. Then you'll come over to the right and select Save. After this has been completed, you will then come down to Patient Reminder. Clicking on Company Preferences. From here, you're going to indicate how the patient is going to be reminded. Is it going to be with a text, a phone call, or email? You will be charged for whichever transactions you choose. So if you want all three options to go out for your patients, just be aware that you are charged by transaction. If you're going to have a text sent out, you must select cell phone. So here again, you can indicate how the patient will be reminded. You do not have to select all of them. You could unselect call and you could just do text and email. Beneath that, you're going to indicate, if you're doing an email, which email they should be receiving that reminder from. Beneath that, selecting prior days to send that reminder, 1 day prior, 2 days prior, 1 week, or 2 weeks. Then the preferred time, so 6 a.m., 9 a.m., 12 noon, or 3 p.m. Whether you want that patient to be reminded on a Saturday or Sunday. Then coming up to your top right and selecting Save. When you make any changes here, you'll need to log off and log back in again to reset the defaults. Next is our company preferences. So from here, you'll select the practice name, and then you're going to indicate the mode of communication. So is it the text, the call, or email? And here we're going to create exactly what the patient's going to be receiving or hearing when they get that call or text. You're going to indicate placeholder 1 is the person resource, the appointment start time, the start date. We see on the left for the text, it'll say this is the office of, and it'll have the individual's name. You cannot remove placeholder 1. You can change the verbiage before it or after it, but you must keep that indicator of placeholder 1 as well as placeholder 2, or else when the reminder goes out, it won't be able to grab that provider's name or the appointment date. Coming further to the right, you can indicate what number you want the patients to call if they have questions. Beneath that, you can create your email and then your voicemail. When you make any changes, of course, coming over to the right and selecting Save. Now, each patient, you can individually go in and select for that patient how they're going to be reminded. So if we were to come up to our patient and search, we'll find our patient's name, clicking on their name, then coming over to Profile. When we select Profile, close out these notes. At the top, we have preferred phone number. We want to make sure that field has been completed. And as we scroll down further, this patient specifically, we've opted out, meaning the patient does not want to receive reminders. So we have mode of reminder communication. If I were to unselect, if this patient strictly wants to receive a text, we would make that selection. So remember, under Utilities, you're going to select how you as the practice want to send out reminders. But then within each patient's profile, you're going to specify for that individual patient. So perhaps one patient chooses to have it opt out. They do not want to receive reminders. Another patient wants to receive a text, or another one wants to be called. Now, if you're not set up to send out emails and the patient wants an email sent to them, they will not be receiving that. So it's only going to be the mode in which you as a practice have selected. And then from there, the patient can select from those options or to opt out. If we choose a text, remember it's going to have a cell phone listed. We could indicate allowing Saturday and Sunday communication, and then you're going to indicate the time zone for the patient. Then coming down and selecting Save. So from here now, when an appointment is made for the patient, per the information you set up for your practice, they're going to receive those patient reminders. You'll be able to generate a report at the top. On the menu bar on the right where it says Patient Reminders, you'll be able to see the status of the reminders that have gone out depending upon a date range. On the left, you can select specific fields or remove specific fields that you don't want included in that reminder report. And to the right, you can click on the plus sign to narrow down the specificity of that reminder. Here beneath, you'll see from left to right, processed, not processed, scheduled for today, and future reminders. If you have any additional questions, please feel free to reach out to RxNT support or training for additional information.